podcast de hoje é sobre gerenciamento de aluguel de Airbnb. Se você está escutando esse podcast em inglês, cheque nosso canal de YouTube com as legendas em português para você entender tudo que está acontecendo aqui. Também dê o seu like e subscribe to this channel. And today I want to welcome Yari. Yari is the expert in short-term rentals here in Miami. We've done a little bit with Marcelo regarding Airbnbs, and I want to bring to you today in our new house somebody that can do that for you, that can manage the properties, that can take care of your investment, and also be the contact between the tenant and you. Okay, Yari, thank you for coming today. I want you to be super relaxed here today in our podcast. I know, don't worry, it's all fun. And I want to start with a very simple question. Your units, the units you manage, do you have Brazilians that are owners of some of your units?
Well, first of all, thank you, Fernanda, for having me here. And definitely, as absentee landlords that are not here present in Miami, we are overlooking their investments all the time. And especially in Brazil, lots of our landlords need a tool to be able to see what's happening in their unit when they're not here.
And if they are Brazilians and you need to speak to them in Portuguese and communicate with them in Portuguese. I know we're doing this in English. We normally do the podcast in Portuguese. I want to make sure to start with that they will have
falo pouquinho.
Você fala um pouquinho de português, né?
Sim.
So you have that support in Portuguese for them, right? So guys, we're gonna do this in English, but if you need to talk to her, she has Portuguese speakers there that can help you guys understand the whole process.
Definitely. Our agents are bilingual, actually trilingual. Most of them speak English, Spanish, Portuguese. And we also have a portion that can translate. So this is very, very common here in Miami, where we have our agents with multiple languages speaking for us.
And Yari, tell me a little bit about your company, what you guys do, and what has been your experience in the past 2 years with a lot of new construction and Airbnb units.
Yes, definitely. There is a new rental era. It is about accommodating short-term stays, and it's about having everything turnkey. So we all need to be able to manage from the cleaning to the laundry to any type of repairs on demand. So our technology adapts to any type of rental, but for the most part, short-term rentals are very important to be able to be precise and automated, right? So for that, we use a tool that can not only help us to connect to other platforms such as Airbnb, HomeAway, Booking.com, but also manage the items inside the unit, like anything from the request of the guest to something that really requires the building's notification. It's an all-in-one solution for an absentee landlord, for sure.
So when you mean technology, when you say technology, you talking about an app?
That's right. It's a platform that you can have your dashboard and you can see what's going on in your property, who is in it, what are they requesting, if they need to speak to you directly. It also has the capability of having your reports, your monthly reports, so you can see what's going on and how much you're making from your units.
I want you to explain what is the house roof and then what is tents, so people understand what we're talking about, because they're two integrated things, but they're two different things. So explain a little bit so we can go deeper on the subject.
For sure. So Tenants is a platform that House Roof as a brokerage uses to manage and operate short-term rentals. So House Roof would be the brokerage, and I'm the co-founder of both. So I have the brokerage who handles sales and short-term rentals, but for the most part, our platform automates our clients' portfolios.
So I was talking to her and I did a sort of analogy, right? So house roof is like your phone, and tenants is the iOS, is the system. So you're gonna be working with both, and you're gonna have access to everything that is happening to your unit through tenants, right?
That's
tenants.
right. That's right.
That's how
Tenants.
That's how
like,
you pronounce it.
In English, tenants is the actual person that's living in the unit. We have
inquilino.
Un inquilino. We did a play on words there, connecting the tenants to the local services and to the landlord all in one platform. But this platform, it came about because of the necessity for our brokerage to handle these type of rentals. And how do we connect all the pieces together? And how do we advertise to all the platforms out there? So we have a channel manager that connects to different channels and helps us bring in bookings and people to the
No, and I know my clients, and I know Brazilians well, and I think the fact they can see everything that is happening, they can understand the what they're getting paid, what they are being charged, what's happening in the unit, for them it's a great plus. Because
sure.
to be out in the dark, I think it's where the investment gets complicated for my clients.
Right.
To have total access without having to deal with the headache.
Right.
And I really thank you, because there's a job that has a lot of headaches. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, full transparency is very important for us. So the platform allows the landlord to see what's going on, but he doesn't necessarily have to be hands-on on what's happening.
Yeah, they don't want to be hands-on.
At
they
all.
want to know what's happening, but they don't want
to an extent, right?
Yeah.
So as property managers, we'll be the ones that are overseeing the tenants and making sure that the things are going as they should be. But for the most part, he can see what's happening in the unit just by looking into their dashboard as well. And making
every day.
Sure. Yes, it's automatic, the platform, so everything that's happening is simultaneously updated.
So if I have a lot of clients at the Elser, the building in downtown Miami, and I know they require insurance for every single property management company that will deal with the guests. Do you guys have that insurance?
We're
so
fully
you guys
licensed and have our insurance up to date. So yes.
You guys could do the Elser, could do Nativo, Gale.
That's
all
correct.
of them. That's great news. That's great news.
Yes, it's very exciting what Miami is going through right now with all these developments, and how our technology can help facilitate that as an option versus having to go directly to the option of the building that sometimes tends to be a little bit more.
And how many platforms do you advertise the unit?
It actually depends on what the owner wants to do. If he wants to stick to just one platform or multiple platforms, we use a channel manager to connect through API to all the type of platforms that are out there to promote.
What is API?
API, that's a good question. It's how you integrate into each channel. So there's different types of connections between different
there's a whole world
there's
in technology,
a whole world,
right?
which I have a whole team that helps me
that
to
helps
do that.
you do that.
But the API is actually how you integrate to their system and allows it to communicate with the tenant's platform, and you can have your instant bookings and all the requests that are coming through those platforms in the tenant's dashboard.
So you do the unit. You have the unit, which is the landlord. But also I have lots of clients who call me and say, Fernanda, I need an apartment in Miami from the 5th of January to the 22nd. Do you also do that?
Yes, of course. We also try to connect from the actual portfolio that we have in our brokerage to be able to facilitate that for sure.
Right.
As brokers, we always like to work together and collaborate. So if our brokerage doesn't have anything, we go out to another broker and see if they have anything possible. And we try to make those connections happen too.
That's great. That's good to know, because
Yeah.
I will send you more and more people.
For sure.
And And you only have Miami units, or you have units in New York, other states?
We do have subsidiaries, and also we have been able to go international as well. But for the most part, we are here based out of Miami. We have some properties in New York, and we're like the platform itself can really go anywhere. So it just is a matter of what brokerages are out there that want to use it.
And then you connect with the brokerage?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
That's it.
And how do you guys charge? What is the cost to the client? Basically, I know you might have packages, here and there, but, in general.
So the platform is a subscription fee, and then you have a percentage depending on how much you want us to be present in your property. It can range anywhere from 10 to 20%.
Okay. So one fear we all have is like you rent a place, and then people trash out your unit.
Yeah.
Do you get the credit card? Are you guys responsible for that? For, going after that guy who trashed out? Because I can imagine
There's all sorts of situations that happen. It's important for us to be able to pick wisely the platforms that we do distribute the listing to, and always,
because that's going to influence the type of.
So for example, Airbnb does have a good claim policy. So if anything does happen to your unit, they will be able to return that amount to you. Booking.com as well, another larger,
bigger
platforms will provide that to you. If there is something that you're doing outside of a platform that doesn't have that coverage, I would recommend us to require a deposit for that stay, depending on how long.
Do you get the credit card?
Yes, for the most part, all our tenants are required to have their credit card on file.
So I have a lot of questions because I have a lot of properties under management for Airbnb and short-term rentals. So there's a client who's coming. Who's going to meet that client and do the check-in with them? Or it's all automated? How does it work?
Yes, we can do from the check-in services and check-out inventory. We can set up the unit. It really depends on the landlord and what they want us to be, how much present what they want us to be. There's also times that they just prefer to have all the instructions laid out and give them a code to enter the unit.
Properties.
It's really something that in the beginning we do a setup and an evaluation of your property and give you suggestions as to what you want to do. But at the end of the day, it's up to the landlord how he would want to work his unit.
And do you have an idea of your occupancy rate in your units? Because we were just talking, Miami has become, the second highest occupancy rate in the U.S. And do you see an increase in occupancy rate on your units?
Definitely, when you do have something that is turnkey, ready to go, you will have a higher occupancy rate as far as people needing that type of property. At this moment, how Miami is growing, professionals are coming in, they're ready to come in and work and do something else besides setting up a place. So this type of turnkey solution and ready-to-go concept, flexible for them to stay an amount of time from days to months, helps them to book these properties faster and have that occupancy rate higher. Versus I feel that traditional leases right now are at sometimes the units that are just like full year, or they are units that are not fully equipped with furniture and other types of items, tend to stay in the market longer. Mm-hmm. I would feel that at times that's just something to look at. It might
units without furniture, yes, they stay in the market longer.
For longer times. And when you have that touch of furnishing it and getting it ready for a tenant, whether it's a long-term tenant or not, you're gonna get that ideal person quicker.
So are your clients making good money?
Yes, I'm very happy with our our rates of investments and how they're coming into our clients' bank accounts.
It's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, it's completely a no-brainer. Right now, we can see how exponential having a unit here is, like how tremendous this is, an opportunity for everybody that can from abroad invest in a city here like Miami. I think it's
so we have boat show, we have Formula One, we have Ultra, we have basketball, soccer, everything here. What is your highest period during the year? The boat show, the Ultra, what is like the busiest for you?
Well, you have named a lot of them, and for the most part, all those are fully booked here. I can name you maybe 1 month where it's a little hot and muggy, and it would be one of those that it's not too
like August.
When you're going back to school, maybe that little time frame is sometimes for short-term rentals not the highest occupancy rate that you'll find. But regardless, there's always an event here. So
always an event.
Always somebody that needs something.
If it's not, it's medical, it's it's congresses, it's always something going on in the city. So you have the unit, and I'm gonna use the Será que pode for you to answer. You have a unit, and my client wants to come for Christmas and New Year. Será que pode? Pode. You're not gonna give them blackout dates.
It's really up to the landlord. There's no blackout dates unless they require us to keep a certain quota for them. But yeah, pode.
So you have a landlord, and this landlord, he's going to have his friend coming. Can he interfere on the price you're gonna charge? Can he say, guys, please charge half for him because he's a friend? Can the landlord interfere on the price that you are advertising on the platforms? Será que pode?
Pode.
Tudo pode, Yari.
Tudo pode. They will tailor their dashboard to what they would require as far as discounts, as far as friends and family stays. So, pode.
Pode. Good. Talking about pricing, how you guys price the property? Do you guys do a median on what's being advertised on the other ones? How do you guys price the property?
Yes, dynamic pricing is one of our tools that we do offer on the platform.
So Tenants has dynamic pricing?
Yes, it does for sure.
And tell me, your husband, right, developed this platform?
Yes,
he's a genius.
My co-founder is all Brazilian, and he's also very well equipped with the technologies. And we just
Your co-founder. I shouldn't have said husband. That's okay. He's your hubby.
Yes, he's my hubby too. I think it made sense when you start growing and you start growing your portfolio of properties, and you really want to give a solution for your clients. He just thought of something that would be able to make this quicker for them to see what's going on versus having one platform here, one type of how to collect rent over here. So put everything together in one solution. And with the team that he has abroad in Brazil as well, we were able to make that happen. Took a couple of years, and I
remember when you guys started. It was very interesting.
Yes.
It is really needed, and I think you guys have like a jewel.
Right, we have evolved with the city. We have grown with the city, and we have adapted the tool to be able to help landlords, absentee landlords, and also landlords from here make their property and their assets grow.
I agree. I think it's so needed, the transparency that you have no idea. We have been through a couple of management companies, and it's not easy to get a daily contact with those people. You get 45 days after what you did, and like you get in March what you did in January, and this is kind of frustrating to me and to the client too. So
For sure.
it's a great differential you guys have.
Thank you so much. We've put a lot of thought and effort to it, and the team, as a startup, evolved from the necessity of other people as well. So anybody that was in our team was also thinking about, this is something that really needs to be developed and brought to.
And
to
does the app contemplates the taxes? No,
Yes.
income, like the city taxes.
The city taxes, the transient taxes, it collect those items should the landlord.
Automatically.
Yes, well, you configure your property depending on what type of property it is. It is, for the most part, short-term rentals. You configure it the way that you need to configure it. If it's a longer-term, flexible lease type of stay, and that doesn't need to be required, then you wouldn't choose that option in your configurations.
Great. That's great. I am really happy there is a solution that I see the need to be in the hands of the big companies, but I also see the need of, smaller clients who want to have a more of a, connection with the person who is, taking care of their property. And I think it is great that we can put a person behind the management, right?
Yes, for sure.
It's something.
We as a technology, we do use AI and other types of new ways of dealing.
Yeah,
with
because
clients.
when you guys started, there was no AI. How did you guys?
So as we grew, there's other types of different features that we've added into the platform, but we've always kept our back office, our team behind what we present. So we do have special features with AI and helping us to work with the data that comes in from our property and the requests that come in, so we can use technology to help us improve. But at the same time, our team will always be there to answer any questions. We have a phone number. We're connected to a live person there.
And what
should
kind
you
of
need
requests?
assistance.
Well,
Sorry?
give me an example of requests that you see always repeating itself.
For the most part, we always have cleaning requests, laundry. In our marketplace, you can use many service provider options within your area. So if you need a babysitter and there's a babysitter in your area, you can be connected to that person.
So you have that on the app. So
the marketplace allows you to, depending on where the platform is being used in one area. Right now, we're talking about Miami. We are connecting with different service providers to get you that on demand.
It's endless then.
Yes, it's endless possibilities. It's helping the community grow also. It's giving leads to others, in the area. So I believe it's all about collaboration. And if you're helping
a big collaboration,
businesses get leads and, your landlord's happy, why not?
And where are you advertising tenants?
Well, we are connected to many Miami-based government boards. So we're targeting different strategic partnerships and being able to be exposed in that way. I'm also a co-founder and a woman, so I've been able to tap into different types of groups and promote our services, right? I think it's also about word of mouth. I've been doing a lot of referrals and people saying, try this, try that. And we have a great marketing team that's also helping us to
good.
pan
That's
out.
good to know. That's a relief. So my client is the owner of the property, has the property with you guys. Can they use you guys to pamper him too? Can he be the owner and the tenant and the requester and ask for a bottle of champagne on the fridge? Can he also be pampered?
Definitely. Concierge service to the landlord is always our number one goal is to make the person inside that unit feel at home and
Doesn't matter who the person is.
Exactly. Doesn't matter who, for sure.
That's great. That's really nice. I am super happy the service exists because I know, I do not like to offer my clients one company and, just something that he has to stick with. And the fact there are smaller companies is also a great chance for them to try and maybe have less fees attached to as the big companies might charge, right?
That's right.
Do you have
we are very competitive in the prices because for the most part, when you have these buildings, they already want to have a percentage of your payout and other fees in addition. We tailor the package to what the landlord needs. So it's just really all about what the particular person is wanting to do with their property. And we are very competitive because we feel that at the end of the day, with technology, you can reduce some of those costs. And when you make your landlord save, you're also winning as well.
Good. So is there anything you collect? For example, the towels need to be changed. They are worn out. You need new towels, or the sofa is not looking as good. Do you collect every month a fund for that, or you just go to the client and ask for the towels to be changed and charge them for that?
A great question. For property management, we try to have a cash flow or a fund specific for the landlord, but always with the transparency of, okay, this needs to be replaced, this is what's going to be taken from that fund. And the fund is actually based upon what the landlord feels is like the deposit for the home, and he has that decision based upon what type of size the property is. That's one way to work and alleviate that back and forth of keep asking. Yes. Inventories, we always are with each turnover try to do the inventory for the landlord on the spot when the guest leaves, so that they can also keep updated as to what needs to be replaced if anything did break or down.
It was great to have you here, Yari. I think we have more questions. We're going to for sure call her back here and ask her to come back to the podcast, because I think it's endless, and I will take you to the Elsa to tour my units and be able to give us an idea of what can be done. Super proud to have you here in our new set, and come back whenever you want. Thank you.
Thank you.